fellow wet shavers. This is Dangerous Don again. So the past week I've been testing out the new scent by the club by Ariana and Evans, A Cold Day in Hell 2. I've had a couple initial impressions that maybe some of y'all saw. They weren't really that great, but whatever. Anyways, today I'm doing a full-on review, and I'm going to tell you this is some good stuff. But I guess before we get on to that, I've just a couple caveats here. I've already prepared my lather, try to condense this video down a little bit, because sometimes I run long, 25. I've even done one for 30 minutes before. Like to keep them at about 15 minutes, but sometimes they get out to 20. So I'm going to try to keep this short and sweet as possible, and try to give you as much information about the new soap as much as possible. Did a lot of yard work today. Kind of was outside. Did a bit of digging and all that. So I just took a shower, and the wife and I tonight since it's getting close to Halloween, we're going to go to a haunted house that we have, and the one they have here is the 13th Gate, and it's a really incredible production. I've never been to a haunted house that's better than this one, and I'm sure there's a lot of them out there that are better, but this one is just incredible. They actually have like actual real actors and stuff like that for some of the things, so it's really kind of crazy and kind of cool. But anyway, so just I guess we just get on with it, right? So I guess the first thing I want to talk about though is the packaging. The one thing that I really appreciate about Ariana and Evans is, whether it's their club brand or the A&E brand, is that they have amazing graphic art for their tubs of soap, or their aftershaves, or their EDPs, EDTs, what have you. Just really creative, and it's just it kind of separates themselves from a lot of the other brands, artisans and brands out there. But Cold Day in Hell 2, it's just really kind of got an eerie, chilling kind of face with the something straight out of a horror movie. Don't go to sleep tonight, it might get you. Anyways, well, that's it. You shave with it, you're going to see nightmares all night. Anyways, I don't know. Kind of crazy, huh? Anyways, but what's great about these is that the first of all, it's in a nice large tub. It's 4 ounces of soap. I'm assuming that these are about 6 ounce tubs. So there's plenty of room to do lathering in it, or loading from it, or what have you. The labels are water resistant. There's nothing more than I hate than grabbing a label or a soap that has these labels that in a week, you get a little bit wet and it's smeared or it's coming off. It's just not very appealing. The other thing it's not as big of a deal for me, but I know others really enjoy, is that there's a side label on this also, so that if you're stacking your soaps on top of each other, you can readily see what this is. It's the container itself is really good. The scent on this is just really kind of interesting. But you know what? While we're doing this, I'm going to go ahead and start shaving. So 4 minutes into this, and I've just been babbling. All right, let's get on with the shave, right? But the scent on this, when I first sniffed it, got the danger hounds doing something. I don't know. I don't know if you heard them bark or not, but. But when I first smelled this, I really liked it. I liked the scent a lot, but I was at a loss for what exactly it smelled like. It was very interesting. So I wasn't sure. Like I said, I really liked it. Now, the website describes it as anise, black pepper, lavender, jasmine, midnight lotus, coffee, cannabis, juniper, vanilla, oak moss, and sandalwood. Peter goes on to describe it as a very dark fougere. I think I have to agree with that. it is kind of a fougere. I don't know if I'd it's I don't know. It is. I would. It's very kind of much like that. But how I went ahead and described it was, it has. You can definitely get that anise and vanilla, and it's just right off the bat. The anise and vanilla is very prominent. Not the only thing going on there, very prominent, right? So. And the other thing is that you smell the florals, and the florals they kind of add like a sweetness, that jasmine and what else is in here? Midnight lotus, lavender. You get those, and they add like a botanical sweetness to this. And then the other thing that I do pick up is earth and spice. So I don't know if that really helps you out or not, but if I was going to do a little bit of literary work here, I would say it's a sultry seduction into a dark forest where there is no return. A sultry seduction into a dark forest where there is no return. Yeah, I wrote that, but Hallmark ain't giving me a call anytime soon, I can tell you that. So, and by the way, the gear I'm using today is obviously the soap, the Cold Day Hell 2. I'm using, and kind of hard to see now, but it's my Luca Brasi TSC member brush that Eric Sorrentino made for me. It's in a Finest Badger. And, sorry, a little out of practice here. Anyways, so there's that. I'm also using my trusty old Gillette Slim. That, guess what? I didn't even put a blade in there. This is great already. Let me come right back. All right, wasn't that fun? Anyways, I got my Gillette Slim, and I literally just grabbed the first blade I can see. I got like this bowl, like this bowl that has like loose blades in it and all that. So from what people gave me, things I bought and stuff like that. So anyways, my Gillette Slim, and I went ahead and just put in, like I said, the first thing I saw, and it's the Gillette Silver Blue. Haven't used that blade in a really long time, actually. So, but anyways, where were we? The scent. Okay. So anyways, what we got going on here is the Ariana and Evans. This is their, or the club. This is their updated soap base. A new version, if you will. And now I like the original version, or I don't know if it's the original. Because when it comes to the Ariana and Evans, I'm really kind of Johnny come lately. Just discovered them within the past year, but the other soaps I've had from them, though, I haven't had a problem with. But with this updated soap base, it's a tallow base, and it has various waxes and oils. That from plant and animal sources. The one thing that I also noticed, though, that was on the ingredient list was yogurt. Just curious. I know there's probably a function to it. And I'm sure it adds something to the soap base, but I'm really curious of what the thought process of putting yogurt, that just wonderful fermented goodness. Okay, wonder why he decided to go ahead and put the yogurt in there. Very interested to see if I get responses. If not, it's no big deal, because I'm very happy with this soap base so far. and I'll be giving a rating here in a few minutes. So, yeah, yogurt. We'll say that lathering this is really a joy. It's super easy. Did about 15 to a 20-second load. I used my bowl today. Normally I do a face lather, but it's super easy. It just it lathers really well. The other thing about the lather is that I will say it's not the thirstiest lather in the world, but it definitely requires a good bit of water. Something I'm fine with, but people who are new to wet shaving might think it's a little bit difficult to lather, just because you need to use a little more water than what you're probably used to. But again, a 15 to 20-second load. I bowl lather today, normally face lather, but I think there is a wide margin of error, a wide water band with this soap. It's really hard to overhydrate it. I've tested that out a couple of different times this week, increasing water load, and honestly, I didn't break it. So, I mean, that's good to know, right? And if you haven't noticed, I'm reading off some notes here because I'm really trying to get a really solid review in here to try to, so that people know exactly what I'm talking about. A lot of times I just kind of ramble on and stuff, but that being said, all right. So, what about the slickness? A lot of people, this is one of the things that a lot of people grade their soaps on. And I'm going to tell you that it's pretty slick. Maybe not the slickest soap in my den, but it's pretty slick. It's definitely above average. It's going to be really close to one of the slicker ones I have. So there's that. One of the other, let's see, as far as the cushion and protection, I mean, I don't know if you've paid attention on my shave. I probably don't have the best technique in the world, but really this soap lets your razor just kind of glide across your face. No issues yet. I'm not going to say I won't, because the moment I say I'm not going to cut myself, I'll cut myself. So let's just wait till the end, right? But it's definitely above average slickness, definitely above average cushion and protection. So what else? What else are we talking about here? Well, we're not there yet, but I guess I can start talking about residual slickness. Just give me a second. And let's get and there's like tons of lather left over, and I'll show you guys when I'm done here. So, but the residual slickness this is definitely one of the better ones I have. It's up at the top. I would consider this probably, just on residual slickness alone, an elite soap. I'm not sure I'm going to say elite quite yet. Because I'm not sure what I really need to. I know I need to quantify or qualify what an elite soap actually is, and for the most part, I've just been kind of going off of what just very subjective this is elite, this isn't elite, that kind of thing. This is, to me, this is better than the other one, those kind of things. But I'm starting to implement a new grading system, so maybe I can quantify, elite soap based on my numbers. And to be honest, this is the first time I'm using my grading system, so my numbers might be a little bit low, might be a little bit high, I'm not sure. I'll probably have to revisit it after a while, after I've done some more of my soaps, and readjust. But if I have to, man, if I have to just say right now, if this is elite or not, if it's not, it's really, really close. It's really, really close. So with that, let me test out my residual slickness, all right? So residual slickness alone, I'm pretty sure I could do a complete whole other pass. I mean, this stuff is, I gotta say, it's protected. I got plenty forward with it. I think I just scraped it right there. Being a little careless, maybe not. Anyway, I'm not gonna do a whole lot of chasing thing because I don't want to seriously irritate my skin. But overall, though, man, this is. I still got like slickness going on there. It's some pretty good stuff. Now, the one thing that I won't be able to show you today, obviously, is post-shave feel. What's really, really great about the post-shave feel is that this is super awesome. Like, it is like one of the best soaps, seriously, that I've tried as far as post-shave feel. Or moisturizing. My face feels wonderful 6 to 8 hours after I shave. All this week at work, I kept on like, touching my face and just was really kind of amazed at how wonderful it really smelled like. I mean, it felt like. So the post-shave feel is, I mean, superb. Like, this is really, really good. But that being said, so just kind of finished up my shave here. I didn't even really rinse it, but let's go ahead and do a quick little rinse. And yes, Chad, it's not the good towel. Okay, so I'm just gonna throw on a little bit of witch hazel here. And give me a second and I'll be right back and we will rate this thing. So I did a little cleanup. I'm letting the witch hazel dry a little bit. But I do want to show, I did forget to show you, this is the lather that's left in my brush and what's left in the bowl. And it's really just some really, really good stuff here. So. And you can make this, I'm really confident you can make this lather like very, very loose and thin and very super slick if you want, or if you want it like a little more thicker and luxurious feeling, you could definitely do that with this. I mean, there's plenty left here, and it's so moisturizing. I ain't gonna lie, it's just so moisturizing. I probably should have done this before I put witch hazel on it, but I mean, you could almost just use the soap as almost an aftershave. I mean, it's that moisturizing. It's really impressive, actually. So that being said, let me rinse this real quick again. That being said, let's go ahead and rate this. I've got 5 categories: latherability, slickness, cushion protection. Cushion protection is one category, residual slickness, and then poche feel / moisturizing. That's another. Poche feel and moisturizing is another category. Each category gets a max of 20 points total, and so it's basically just a 100-point scale. It's pretty easy, right? Okay. So for latherability, I went ahead and gave it a 15. I personally find it easy. I think that some others, because of the wide because it's a little thirsty and all that, might find it a little more difficult, but it's definitely not hard. So I'm giving it a 15. Slickness, I'm pushing it up to 17. It's super slick. Not the slickest I have, but it's really, really up there. My cushion and protection, I'm giving that a 15. Again, very above average. Not the best, but very, very above average. And the more I use this, I'm probably these grades or ratings would probably go up if I use it even more. But residual slickness, I'm giving it a 19 out of 20. It is super residual slick, if that's anything to say. But it's superb. It's excellent. It's if it's not the best, it's definitely at the top. And then the post-shave feel moisturizing, I'm also giving it a 19. Some of the best. I find that residual slickness and post-shave feel often go hand in hand. But they're both just superb. So what does that do? That gives me a total of an 85 out of 100. I'm kind of estimating that about anything 80 or above is going to be spectacular. If I had to kind of think about where this falls in line with other soaps, it's definitely up there with Holy Caw, with Donkey Milk version. Declaration Grooming with their Icarus base. Noble Otter is like another super slick one with great residual slickness, I think. And the CBL Premium Soap. Those are some of my favorites, and this is definitely up there with it. So for me, that's high praise. But you gotta go figure it out. Yeah. So last thing to do is I want to talk about the aftershave real quick, and just real quick. I know I've gone on for a while here, but it's the aftershave. The ingredients have lots of really good face stuff for it. So, and I'll list it, and it will be right there on the video. It smells like the soap. So often we get these aftershave combos that go along with the soap, and they don't really smell like the soap. This smells like the soap. You do get a little bit of an alcohol scent there, but that's expected. It's not a problem at all. It's strong and lasting. Seriously, it may not be good for guys that don't like strong scents, but it's a strong scent, and I still catch whiffs of it throughout the day when I'm at work, like even late in the day. So, I mean, for me, I don't think there's really much more to expect out of this. So let's go ahead. There is a very small restrictor on this, but it's kind of a milky white. But man, this stuff is good juice. Good juice. So, that being said, I'm kind of at the end here. This is probably a 30-minute review, and I'm very sorry if it is. But if you don't really want to listen to this whole thing, although if you're here now, you have probably watched the entire thing. But I'm going to have a written review posted of this also with the video posted up, and it'll be posted at The Shaving Cadre. And you can find The Shaving Cadre at www.theshavingcadre.com, and it's right here listed on this video too. So it's a place that kind of just got started. A bunch of us guys are there just kind of talk about shaving and some other things. We got some fun things going on. We've got like a little football game going on, and then there's bingo, believe it or not, shaving bingo. Whoever thought, right? But we have a lot. It's just a good group of guys. No pretension, nothing expected, just conversation. Anyways, so if you want to come on over, well, come on over. But that being said, this is my review, and I hope you all have a wonderful rest of the Sunday evening. So, that being said, as always, carry on.